Okay.
Welcome to our callers, our commissioners, our community partners, HACA families, and guests. This is a friendly reminder to please turn on your cameras. We'd like to see your friendly faces. We'll have an opportunity to see each other. And for quality purposes, everyone is going to be placed on mute. Feel free to use the chat feature. You can send messages to everyone, or you can send direct messages to maybe some friends that you want to reconnect with. You can place your comments, questions, well wishes, and congratulations. Also, what's great about Zoom is if you look at the bottom of your screen, there's a little icon, a little smiley face, and it's a reactions button. And that will give you an opportunity to maybe, if you want to react to a particular area in the presentation and you want to clap, there's an applause button, there's a thumbs up button. So feel free to use wonderful features that Zoom has as we are going through the presentation. And lastly, this meeting will be recorded. So it is showtime, and thank you all for joining the 2021 Austin Pathways HACA Resident Scholarship Ceremony. This year's theme is Thriving Beyond Challenges. I would like to introduce the President and CEO of the Housing Authority of the City of Austin, Mr. Michael Gerber, to provide welcoming remarks. Mike?
Thanks, everybody. For those of you who are subjected to the 10-minute ramble that I had before this formal part of the discussion started, I think you all may feel you've heard plenty from me already, but thank you all for joining us. As I shared a moment ago, this is really the best day of the HACA year because we get to celebrate our residents who are taking up the challenge of going on to advancing their education and are taking advantage of the HACA Scholarship Program. This was a wonderful idea created by HACA's Board of Commissioners many, many years ago. And over its long history, this scholarship program has given out well north of $1 million. And that's rare for housing authorities. It's hard to believe that other agencies, while they recognize the value of education, haven't put dollars behind that which they value. Here at HACA, we applaud education, we support education, and we back it up with real dollars because we know that there's a cost of going to school, and we want people to have, we want to level the playing field and give our resident scholars an opportunity to take advantage of the educational richness that's here in Austin and in Texas or wherever your educational travels may take you. I think all of our Board of Commissioners, and we'll hear from a couple of those members in just a moment, would attest to the difference that higher education has made in their lives. I can certainly attest to the difference it's made in my family, and as one of the first in my family to complete college. And I know the difference and really the essentialness of it for going to college or vocational school or for other advanced trainings, how important it is in order to achieve success in this modern economy. You all are really blessed. You live in what is really one of the most exciting cities in the country. Lots of people from all over the world are coming to Austin, Texas. And you all have the home court advantage. But to play in this ever-competing environment that we have here, in the economy that we have here, means really devoting yourselves to not just the things that you enjoy, but also to the things that you can feel where you can find passion and energy in a particular field, be it healthcare, be it IT or high tech, be it doing work in an aspect of state government, be it doing work at one of our tremendous research facilities that we have here in our city. There's lots of cool, innovative, exciting things happening here in Austin, Texas, and so we're excited that you all are going to pursue higher education and advanced training that'll make you more competitive and put you in a position, frankly, to give back. The goal of this is so that folks are able to down the road give back to community. The only thing that's being asked of all of you as we go as you receive this scholarship is do your level best, make the commitment to that higher learning and that higher pursuit, and then when your opportunity comes to give back to someone else, take the opportunity to say yes, because not enough people in our society do that. If you can help, do. If you can mentor someone, do. If you can pour into somebody and help lift them up, that's what servant leadership looks like. That's what I think we're all called and why we're here and what we're asked to do. So I'm excited that HACA this year is awarding $57,000 in scholarships. The revenue for the scholarships get generated from some of the efficiencies that we have within our HACA operations. And so we're really proud and appreciative to different parts of our organization that generate some additional revenue so that we're able to use a portion of that to help finance these scholarships. That's an important part of what we do. We're awarding, this year we are excited by the range of students that we have that we're providing scholarships for, and that's exciting. All 23 HACA residents that applied for the scholarship received a scholarship, and there's a group of thirds. 1/3 are new high school graduates, 1/3 of you are returning scholarship awardees, and 1/3 are new non-traditional students, older students, who are accepting the challenge to go back to school and to try and learn new skills and to take advantage of new opportunities that exist. We have a few parents, a few siblings who are both enrolled, and the age ranges from 18 to 55 plus, and that's great. As someone who is almost 55 plus, I'm 54. I loved, I love learning, and I know the difference it's made in my life. And in fact, we have several team members who have gone back to school later in their careers because they too felt passionate about the power of learning and the difference that it can make in their lives. And so, not just in their careers, but in their lives, because learning gives. Learning about lots of things will give added dimensions and perspectives to your life as a whole. HACA is really committed to the ongoing success of all of our scholarship recipients. And of course, we want you to reapply for the scholarship. It's a renewable scholarship. So for those of you in 4-year, 2-year or 4-year or longer programs of study, you're welcome to reapply, and we'd be pleased to join you on the journey the whole way through. I would also say to you that one other small thing in the fine print, which I guess really isn't that small of a thing. All of you, as you embark on this journey of continued education, new education, advanced training, there are just points when it's hard, and you want to drop out, you want to step back from it. I've had that myself. Every student has it. The only fine print item on these dollars is that we ask that you don't. We ask that you be in touch with us. Call me. I've had a couple of scholars since in the 9 years that I've been here at HACA. I've had 2 or 3 phone calls from scholars who've said, hey, I just can't do this. I want to give up. I'm tired. I've got struggling competing demands with a family. I'm getting a lot of pressure from my job that's not cooperating with me. I went to school. I went to graduate school and I worked full time. And I know the challenge of that. I know how hard it is to run out the door, after a long day and then to sit in class for hours and hours, in the evening. I also know how hard it is when you're trying to just keep bread on the table and you've got competing demands for projects and papers and group assignments and other things. So I'd love to talk to you about that. And as I've done every year since this started, I'm going to give you all a phone number, and this is my personal cell phone, and I'll enter it in the chat box. But it's 512-925-9397. 512-925-9397, and we'll put Catherine, if you don't mind putting that in the chat, that would be great. Great. 512-925-9397. Call me anytime that you're struggling, because there really is no more important resident to me than the resident who is, well, all of our residents are special, but none is more special than the one who is really trying to improve themselves and working their way through higher ed. it's hard. It's hard, and it's a difficult journey that we want to be mindful of and respect where you are. But I'd love to offer perspective and just a friendly ear if that's helpful, to you in any way, having had some hardship there myself. But we're excited. Today's really a day of celebration. Today's a day to encourage one another, to build a network of support around each other as we get ready to start new journeys, continue journeys, and to see the possibilities that the future holds because of the journey you're about ready to take. Last thing I'll say, this time for real. Last thing I'll say, this is about as difficult of a time in our country as we could have. Short of, I want to be mindful of wars and other things that we certainly have had difficult times. But a nationwide pandemic, and then a year ago the killing of George Floyd, and so much other, and sort of addressing the need to address disparities and inequalities that exist in our country, in our state, and in our city, and that issue now being, those important issues being front and center. We're all called to respond in different ways to these challenges, and the way you're choosing to respond is to use this time to better yourselves. You all are going to end your higher education with a set of more specialized skills and gifts to bring to each of those important endeavors. You'll be able to help to think about, for those who are going to be studying, be going into social work, working with those who have struggled with fear and anxiety and the pain of this time. I think we're going to have long, lingering mental health impacts from the pandemic. I think about folks who are going to be working in healthcare and the difference you all are going to make as you pursue work in that space, helping people to recover, caring for those who have been harmed, and hopefully preventing future things like we've just experienced. And for all who are involved in care about society, which is all of us, working on the issues of equity and diversity and inclusion that have been so poorly dealt with over so many years. You all are going to have skills that are going to be able to make a real difference. And so use those skills, use your voice, give to community, because we're going to be counting on you all. HACA invests in leaders, and you all are leaders. And so I just say to you all, get excited, get ready for a sometimes bumpy ride, because every ride's bumpy, and that's okay. Feel energized by what you're about ready to do, because all of us here are excited for you. So thank you. And Leilani, I will turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Mike. And I believe I'm going to turn it over to Miss Catherine Crago.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much, Mike, for those words and sharing your own experience and your cell phone number, your personal cell phone number. That's amazing. That is something to definitely keep in the pocket. And I know Mike is sincere about that, calling anytime. And it's interesting that, during these times we do call on folks. We find each other, right? Several scholars shared with me how you've reached out to each other, and you might not have known each other, but folks have been willing to help. And so as I introduce our good friend, John Spears at the City of Austin, who oversees the digital inclusion department, it does remind me of those folks who feel called to use their voices, to use their positions in city government to ensure equity for everyone. Long before there was remote learning, long before every child was learning at home, John and his team reached out and suggested that the city provide laptops to HACA scholars. And that's the very reason that we're all able to join today, through this virtual scholarship ceremony to celebrate your accomplishments. So I'd like to turn it over to John with many thanks on behalf of HACA for your friendship and supporting us in various ways to connect HACA residents and scholars. And I'm now going to present Mr. John Spears to read the proclamation of the mayor of the City of Austin.
Thank you, Catherine, for those kind words, and Mike for your introductory comments as well. Really appreciate the continued collaboration that the City of Austin has with the Housing Authority of the City of Austin. Why I'm here today is this really represents that community is behind you all as scholarship awardees, and we are here to support you. And this day is about you. So again, congratulations on your work and your education, and best of luck. But for now, I have the honor and privilege of reading a proclamation from Mayor Steve Adler that starts out with, "Be it known that whereas the HACA public housing residents and housing choice voucher participants have committed to improving their lives through seeking higher education, finding meaningful work, earning a living wage, and progressing towards becoming economically self-sufficient. And whereas HACA public housing residents and housing choice voucher participants have applied for the Austin Pathways HACA Resident Scholarship in order to provide necessary funding to further their education. And whereas we congratulate the 23 residents who will be awarded the Austin Pathways HACA Resident Scholarships in order to attend an institution for higher education, and we commend the Housing Authority of the City of Austin for administering programs that truly change lives for the better. Now, therefore, John Spears, on behalf of the Mayor Steve Adler, do hereby proclaim today, July 8th, 2021, as HACA 21st Annual Austin Pathways Resident Scholarship Award Day. Congratulations, awardees, and best of luck in your educational pursuits.
Thank you so much, John. Thank you. So HACA scholars, the next time you see the mayor of the City of Austin, feel free to thank the mayor for signing that proclamation in your honor. Our friends at the city are always keeping a close track on what you're doing and what your accomplishments are. I'd now like to introduce a very important speaker for us, our keynote scholar speaker, Karima Ali. Karima is a single mother of two beautiful daughters, ages 9 and 14. Despite the challenges in her life, she has continued to prevail, knocking down any obstacle that stands in her way. She received her high school diploma from the Goodwill Excel Center in the middle of the pandemic shutdowns in April of 2020, and immediately enrolled in Austin Community College, where she is earning a degree in business. This is the second year Karima has earned the Austin Pathways HACA Scholarship. Please welcome Karima Ali.
Hello, my name is Karima Ali. It is a pleasure to share my educational journey with you. I didn't follow the traditional road of graduating from high school. You know, sometimes life happens, and due to personal reasons, I had to grow up taking on adult responsibilities. Although I planned on going back to continue my education, having to work and pay bills always stood in the way of that. So more time passed, I grew older, and added 2 children to the equation made it difficult, giving me more of a reason to put it last on my to-do list. Having my second child, I was diagnosed with lupus, which is what I call a blessing and a curse. I call it a blessing. I continued to work until my doctor told me that it was in my best interest to stop. Now, why would I call my condition a blessing and a curse? It is a curse because I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, never knowing how you're going to feel when you wake up the next day, still looking 100% healthy on the outside, but wrapping a smile across your face like everything is okay. I say that it is a blessing because I listen to my body find its path. My biggest benefit of this new realization is that my path leads me to continue my education. I remember writing in my notebook that I wanted to graduate by my next birthday. I was 35 at the time. I called Miss Somerset saying, I'm ready to go back to school. She then provided me with the information to the Goodwill Excel Center. I pulled up to the Excel Center. My heart was pounding like a drummer fighting for first place in a drum line. I was terrified. Although I was ready to start my educational journey, there was still so much doubt. Was I ready? Am I too old? Will this be too hard for me? I sat outside the Excel Center for about an hour until finally I built the courage to go inside. I wanted this more than anything. Now, remember I said that I wrote in my notebook that I wanted to graduate by my next birthday? Well, it happened. My original graduation date was April the 2nd, 2020. But due to COVID, it pushed my graduation date back. And I actually graduated on my birthday, while later earning my certification as a phlebotomist in June of 2020. I am currently enrolled in Austin Community College to earn a degree in business, with one day planning to open my own business. My goal is to start an outreach program that help others tackle on some obstacles that may be standing in their way, providing people with the resources and tools that prepares them to take control over their lives, leaving a survival mode mindset and entering a life where they can live comfortably. COVID-19 took us by surprise. It added challenges to our lives that didn't stop us. I remember talking to Ms. Somerset about how I felt like graduating high school and going straight to college during the most difficult times in history. It made me realize that I am capable of doing anything. It allowed me to be a part of class of 2020's strongest class in history. No, I didn't have the traditional graduation, but I did it. And here's a takeaway. Nothing is impossible. Fear is only a feeling that holds you back. And if you want it, go for it. Because the only person who's holding you back is yourself. Again, my name is Karima, and thank you for your time.
Congratulations, Karima. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing that. I love that the strongest class in history. Amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. We have a second incredible keynote speaker for our graduates today. And I'm seeing chats going. Karima, keep your eye on the chat, congratulating you for those remarks and thanking you for sharing your experience. Our keynote speaker today is Councilwoman Vanessa Fuentes. Elected to the Austin City Council in November of 2020, Councilmember Fuentes is the second Latina to serve in this role. She brings more than 10 years of community, public, private, nonprofit sector experience. And you may know her from her reputation. Her reputation is one of an innovative and results-oriented leader. She is the daughter of a Mexican immigrant mother and a military veteran father. The councilwoman's parents instilled in her that education is the great equalizer. She's a first-generation graduate from the University of Texas at Austin. And she most recently worked as an advocacy strategist for the American Heart Association. She mobilized hundreds of activists throughout the Southwest to advocate for such causes as improved access to health, quality, affordable healthcare, and reducing health disparities. In fact, in 2019, the Hispanic Austin Business Leaders Association nominated her as Latina Community Leader, and she has dozens of other accolades. You will see Councilmember Fuentes now on our Channel 6, our public access news, and you'll often see her speaking publicly as Vice Chair of the Public Health Committee, Vice Chair of the Austin Water Oversight Committee, and she sits on the Regional Affordability Committee and Community Action Network Board of Directors. She is also serving on the Austin Travis County Hate Crimes Task Force as an appointee by the mayor. And her policy interests are health equity and economic justice, which is present always today as we fight for equitable access to the COVID-19 vaccine for all Austin residents and affordable housing as well. So she lives in Southeast Austin with her husband, Curtis Smith, and their adorable fur baby, Axel the Bulldog. Wonderful to see you here, Councilmember Vanessa Fuentes.
Thank you, Catherine, for that wonderful introduction. And Karima, thank you for your inspiring words. I mean, hearing your story, I'm just so honored and privileged to be able to speak and to witness your experience and to help congratulate you on your graduation. Hi everyone, my name is Vanessa Fuentes, and I'm excited to be with you here today to celebrate everyone and to congratulate you on all of your accomplishments. It's been an especially difficult year and a half, so it is an honor to recognize folks who are still pushing through these challenging times to pursue a brighter tomorrow. Not only did you do the necessary work to earn the scholarship, but you did so during a pandemic, a global pandemic, so never forget that. Between packed days of everyday life and an ever-changing climate of COVID, you still chose to show up and to get the work done. And that's incredible. You dedicated your time and your energy to better yourself in spite of everything else that is going on. And it's that perseverance and resilience that's going to set you up for success. In fact, I bet it's that same grit that got you here in the first place. You know, as mentioned before, like many of you, I don't come from a background that ushered me into this world that I find myself today. I grew up in a small town watching my mother learn to speak English, and my father served in the Vietnam War, and he eventually became an electrician. And those skills helped lift my family out of poverty. And it's thanks to their guidance and their focus on education, which I truly believe is the great equalizer, coupled with a whole lot of hard work, that I was able to find myself at Austin City Council and to get a seat at that decision-making table. And so it is my hope that you carry that message with you as well. Your pursuit of higher education, your desire to learn and to grow says more about you than your circumstances ever will. It is your character that matters the most. We aren't all gifted with the luxury to enter the world with the same advantages that others may have received. Fortunately, sometimes working hard isn't enough. However, it's education that helps close that gap. It's a shot at equity. It's a shot at a fair chance to succeed. So let this be a life-changing opportunity for you and for your loved ones. This is a chance to continue to lead by example. Your work shows for your siblings, for your peers, that you can do this too. And so let us all rise up together. And before I wrap, I do want to give a thank you to Austin Pathways and the donors for their contributions to make these scholarships a reality. My gratitude goes out to everyone at HACA for all the work that you do to continue to make our community a better place. And to everyone here, thank you for having me. It's I hope you know how proud I am for all that you've accomplished and for all that I know that is ahead of you. I wish you all the best. And if you ever find yourself downtown, around City Hall, please swing by and say hi. Or you can catch me on social media and follow me or tag me or give me a comment. It's Vanessa for ATX. I'm super active and you can stay up to date on all the latest local news. And so thank you again. Congratulations to you all. And I hope you all have a wonderful day and a wonderful summer.
Thanks so very much, Councilwoman. That was wonderful. We really appreciate your comments and leadership. And I would just echo some of the words said in Catherine's introduction with just my own experience in working with Councilmember Fuentes. So she came in about as challenging a time as she could have. I mean, she came in during a pandemic. 12 weeks later, she got treated to the 5-day freeze that we're still feeling the effects of. And I think I heard from the council member about 30 minutes after you were sworn in to address some really significant issues. You are a fighter and I think, just have a tenacity that has really served, serving, our residents and our community well. Thanks for fighting on behalf of those who care about affordable housing and about poverty issues here in our city. They're tough issues, and thanks for taking them on. It means a lot. And thanks for being with us today. I also want to recognize two of our board chairs. We have one board chair and one board member. Carl Ritchie is our longtime board chairman. And Carl, would you like to say a word? And if our chair, Carl Ritchie, would like to say a word. If not, then I'll also introduce Tyra Duncan Hall, who is one of our commissioners, who's been on our board for many years. She's formerly the provost at Austin Community College, and before that has been a longtime professor and educator in a number of different capacities, and just brings great depth in the education space to our board. Tyra, would you like to say a word or two? Oh, you're on mute. Tyra, I think you're still on mute.
Sorry.
There you go.
This has been one of the events that is very, very dear to my heart, because I am another example of an individual who would never made it through college without scholarships. And I received scholarships for my bachelor's degree and master's from the University of Michigan, and also a fellowship for my PhD from Berkeley. So I, throughout my entire educational career, depended heavily on scholarships as well as working throughout my career. And that is one reason why I feel the importance of giving back to those who understand the importance of sacrifice and the desire to make a better life for themselves and their families. So I do whatever I can to support scholarship opportunities, and I have been doing that with HACA for a number of years. And as Mike can attest, and the rest of the staff as well, I keep pushing for more scholarships, more money, and let's give as much as we can. And also, I believe in the possibilities of the continuing scholarships growing more and more, because many people provide scholarships for high school seniors, but they forget that that doesn't answer their financial needs. And many of them drop out of college because of those financial needs. And so our giving continuing scholarships for 4 years, I think, is one of the greatest things that we can do and have been doing. So congratulations to all of you scholarship recipients. Don't forget that when you are in a position, you too help someone else along the way.
Thanks, Tyra. I just want to add one other quick word. Tyra has been a longtime friend and mentor, and she keeps our feet to the fire when it comes to thinking about better and different ways that we can serve our students at all points of the continuum. And so, as we think about preschool programs to the work with Boys and Girls Clubs and communities and schools, all the way through higher ed, Tyra has been very, very focused in making sure that we're doing the most that we can and have the broadest array of programs, I think, than just about almost any other housing authority in the United States. I also want to give a quick shout out to John Spears. John has been a longtime friend and has really helped us on our digital equity journey. So thank you, John, and to the team at the City of Austin. We're proud to be partnered with you. And I think our board chair, Carl Ritchie, may be on. And Carl, would you like to say a quick word?
Sure. Just want to say congratulations to all the graduates. And once again, congratulations to the staff for the wonderful job you've done in helping put this program together, to get the word out, to get candidates to apply, and then being able to award them scholarships. And then also thanks to the staff who helped generate the revenue that we can use to provide the scholarships So it's a total team effort. So thanks to Mike, the management team, Catherine, Sylvia, Leilani, Pilar, and the entire team for all that you're doing. Again, as we all know, education is the key to breaking the cycle of poverty, because once a kid goes to college, then their whole frame of reference changes, and their life changes, and they're in a much better position to fulfill their destiny in life. So again, thanks to everyone for all that you're doing, and thanks to our council member for making time to be with us today, and our good friend Paul Hilgers, who I see on the screen.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Leilani Lim-Viejas has been our Senior Director of Community Development for a while, and has done just a tremendous job supporting our residents, and particularly our students. Leilani, take it away.
Thank you. So I guess we're going to go ahead and announce our 23 excellent students of the 2021 Austin Pathways HACA Resident Scholarship, and these are our recipients, starting with Kamar Alsankari, Texas State University, Biology, Pre-Medical. Rakan Alsankari, Texas State University, Biology, Pre-Dental. Karima Ali, Austin Community College, Business Management. Kimberlyn Barton, University of Texas at Austin, Health and Society. Tajasher Clark, Austin Community College, Psychology. Anjani Edwards, Austin Community College, Ecology. Yvette Gonzalez, Austin Community College, Nursing. Naisha Jenkins, Houston Tillotson University, Business Administration. Sydney Jones, Texas State University at San Antonio, Marketing. Nancy Leiva Ramirez, Austin Community College, Sonography. Rashonda Livingston, University of Texas at Austin, Social Work. Tracy Marion, Cornell University, Website Development. Cassandra Mendieta,
I think we just lost Leilani, I think, just briefly. So Mike, do you want to do the honors?
I would if I had the list.
Oh.
Why don't you go ahead? And,
Okay, Texas. So Cassandra Mendieta, Texas State University, Criminal Justice. Alicia Morejon, Emory University, Mathematics. Cristela Moreno, Southern New Hampshire University, Business Communications. Gabriela Paz, Texas Laser and Aesthetics Training Academy, esthetician. Barbara Reyes, Texas A&M University, geology. Barbie Reyes, Austin Community College, agriculture science. Ava Thomas, Southern New Hampshire University, graphic design and media arts. Gloria Tran, University of Texas at San Antonio, public health, pre-med. Catherine Vasquez Cano, Texas State University, biology or political science. Taya Wilson, Houston Tillotson University, computer science. Lamika Wright Haywood, Austin Community College, nursing. Congratulations, scholars. Congratulations. Now, hold on, don't leave yet. We're going to have a group photo, but first we may have a few closing remarks. Anyone who would like to share closing remarks?
Can we have a time to all applaud?
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so unmute your microphone. Or
Congrats.
maybe you can help us and
All right, everyone.
Thank you for jumping in, Catherine. Just with the beauty of technology, just as I was reading, my computer froze, but I am back. But congratulations to everyone. So, well, Mike, you are still here. Do you have any just very final closing remarks? We still have you on the agenda.
No,
Over, but you're here, so please.
Yeah, no, congratulations to everybody. It's really exciting. It's a great day. Just stay on for a few minutes while we get a group picture. So that's coming. And then last thing is, I understand that laptops have been distributed earlier to allow our scholarship recipients to join this event. So I'm glad that that's gotten done. But I really want to thank again the City of Austin GTOPS program for their continued support of our scholars. Our ability to provide computers and to do other things has come about through that partnership. So thank you to all of them, and let's give them a big round of applause as well. Thanks for our team. And I just want to say thanks to our team here at HACA. You know, I get the privilege of working, and I hope all of you, when you launch into the next phase of your lives and your next great adventure, that you get to work in a place where folks really become family. And we've got some of the most dedicated, passionate people that I've ever worked with in all of my professional life. People who have built their lives of giving and of service here. We have so many team members who have been here, 15, 20, 25 years. We even have one team member who's been here 44 and a half years, believe it or not. So we've got longevity that many envy. And I think it's because of the culture here at our agency. And that's created by our team members and our residents and families all together. It's all of us working together that make HACA, I think, just an extraordinary community. I also want to give a big shout out again to our sponsors who've really stepped up. We're very grateful to all of them, and you see them listed on the screen as well. Take care, everybody. Stay on for the picture. And Leilani, back to you.
Thank you so much, Mike. Did you want to go back to the screen for the major sponsors, Catherine? We do have a few more minutes. So I'd like to recognize, our donors, and also for those friends and guests and family who donated to the Amplify Austin campaign. This is where your dollars are being devoted to. It is directly for our HACA resident scholarship program. So Catherine, I'll turn it over to you.
Oh, we're so grateful every year to have such an incredible community. And those of you who are scholars, there are hundreds of folks in the community that are thinking about you, rooting for you, pulling for you. On this slide alone, you'll see donors who are part of the HACA family, some of whom I can share one story in particular. A woman from Austin Elevator, who didn't have the opportunity to go to college, always wanted to. Folks always wanted her to go. She would have been in the first in her family to receive a college education. She is a successful business owner, and she still hasn't gone. But every year, she provides a little bit more. She and her husband donate a little bit more because they are really living vicariously through seeing you and your commitment to yourselves, your families, and your communities. So we're very, very fortunate each year. We raise between $50,000 and $100,000 from the community. And, part of your HACA family here, you see all of our employees and in an annual employee photo there. They set up fundraising pages during Amplify Austin and secure anywhere between 150 and 250 donations from the community to support, really invest in Austin. And, by investing in you, as Mike said, you have the home court advantage. You are Austin. And so by investing in education, we're making, the community better and as a whole. So another great thank you to all of our donors. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. And so with this, I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Ken Bodden, who will be taking the group picture, and he'll provide some instructions. So if you want to be part of this, please turn on your camera. So Ken, take it away.
Thank you, Leilani. Congratulations, residents. This is always one of my favorite events. Just today, about an hour ago, I got a new lens for my camera. I look forward to using it in person next year. There it is, with an actual group photo. But we will do the fun virtual photo this year. So we're gonna, since we still have cameras on right now, I'm gonna do a photo with anyone who wants to be in it. So keep your cameras on and smile, and then we'll do resident only. So any staff or community partners or friends that want to be in this photo with our residents, go ahead and turn your camera on. I'll give you another few seconds to do that. And then you're gonna, don't look at your screen, but try to find where your camera is and look at that. You just look better that way. There you are, Mike. Looking good. All right. I'm going to give you a countdown here for the whole group. We'll do a 3, 2, 1. I'm in it too, so I'm smiling. One more, 3, 2, 1. All right. Now let's just get residents. Everybody else can turn your cameras off. And any resident that would like to be
Councilmember Fuentes, I don't know if she's still on, but Councilmember, if you'd stay on with that picture, and Chairman Ritchie, if you'd stay on, and Commissioner Duncan Hall, let the three of you join the residents. That would be great.
That's a great idea. All right, so stand by as we reset here. All right, y'all are looking good. All right, Kimberlyn, are you actually at UT, or is that a virtual background? No, it looks good. It looks good. All right. Okay, I'm gonna give us a countdown here again. Everybody look at your camera. Nice smile. 3, 2, 1. Cheese. One more. 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. All right, that is it for me. Residents, you can look for this photo in the next One Voice newsletter, or email anybody at HACA if you'd like your own digital copy, and we can email that to you too. So congratulations. Thanks, y'all.
Thank you, Ken. So this is our second virtual ceremony, but it is our hope that next year we will get to do this again in person, live and in color. So thank you all for joining us today. Thank you for your continued support for our HACA scholars, or your continued support for the Housing Authority and Austin Pathways. We wish you a wonderful, wonderful rest of the afternoon, and we'll stay in touch. I will stay here, but for everyone else, have a great evening. Thank you all. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
Mike, are you
Bye.
still on?
Congratulations, everybody.